Thank you very much indeed for joining us, everybody. I'm Gatesy, that's Duke, and we're also joined by our friend from across the Irish Sea, Cahill. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks. How is both of you doing?
Not bad, not bad,
Living.
mate. It's been a
Gatesy won't be
nice.
for much longer, allegedly.
Let's not go there. Let's not go
It's
there.
not worth it, is it?
Those of you that watched yesterday's Hammer Time might have some idea of what Duke is talking about. I'm keeping well quiet because the person that's concerned is very close by. So let's just leave that.
Listen, she's just got the because they've already spent 48 hours in the Super League. So listen, it ain't your fault, mate. She just has to get over it and move on.
No. So, yes. So we're here to talk about, obviously, the matter at hand. A game against the London Blues soccer team, I think, is the team formerly known as Chelsea, the ESL franchise, or they were for, 2 days?
48 hours, yes.
Yeah, that went well, didn't it? So
yeah, I think it went better than they were expecting. I thought, let's be honest, we're not going to talk about it today. I can't even bring myself to it because it looks like the repercussions are going to be incredibly minimal if there are any for them.
Oh yeah.
And I really cannot. I can't be bothered, if I'm honest with you. It's an absolute joke. To be honest with you, there's going to be no recompense for those of us that thought it would be a bad idea and refused to even entertain the idea. We went to the FA. Anyway, listen, I'm talking about it. Back to tomorrow. Come on. If I start going down that road, just head me off, will you? Just cut me off at the stop.
Listen, you're probably going to say what the rest of us are thinking. So, you crack on. It's not a problem. But, so, Cahill, you got any thoughts about how we might be lining up tomorrow?
I think we're going to be 5 at the back. I think it's not what I want. I think we need to run at them with a 4-2-3-1 sort of job, I think is what we need. But they play a 5 at the back. Moyes has been very he's pushed the 5 at the back a lot recently, and with them playing, I think he'll play it again just to counteract them.
Yeah, I mean, probably an awful lot of the way that the shape's going to go is probably largely dictated by the personnel that we've got available, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, we're dying out. We're a dying breed right now. We're like, even at the best of times, Moyes might play a 5 at the back. So I can presume he'll be playing one again.
Yeah. Has anybody sort of like heard any of the? I mean, is Cresswell available tomorrow? Does anybody know?
I think he's getting a late fitness test. I think Arthur's getting a fitness test as well, but he should be fit enough. He only had a sort of a knee bang or something like that. Rice was out on the pitch and he's ahead of schedule, but I don't think he'll be there. I think it'll be the next week's game that Rice might be even on the bench. But you never know. Rice could just pull a fitness test out of the bag and at least make the bench, which you wouldn't want to rush him though. You don't want to rush lads like that back. They're too important.
You don't want to rush him, but here's the thing: we're playing against a team that we're neck and neck with in the table, and it's only goal difference that separate us. Is it worth playing an 80% fit Declan Rice? What do you think?
All day long. All day long.
It is. I don't know if he is that fit, but it definitely is. It's just well, it has to be. Like he's levels above everyone else. He's one of I don't want to sound like a West Ham deluded fan, but he's one of the best midfielders in the league. Probably one of the best in his role. Yeah, I think in the world. That's not being overly generous, because it's a very hard position to perfect. It's such a, like, there's so many people that just get the plug hole into it, like it's a square peg in a round hole, sort of put them at defensive mid. He is an out and out defensive mid. He is he is exactly what you want. He does everything you want, and he's bringing the attack into his game now.
I mean, I know it's a risk, but I mean, this is just my opinion, and obviously, I don't know what's been going on at Rush Green any more than you two do. But I just think because this game is against a team that we're in close proximity to in the table, I just think if he's even 80% fit, I think I would at the very least be putting him on the bench as an option. But I might even be tempted to start him because I think if we go out against Chelsea and we get turned over properly, and let's be honest about it, the last 4 games we've been leaking goals for fun. I think if we could put Declan in there, it would just give us that little bit more defensive solidity and maybe stiffen up the back line. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I mean, listen, if I said it a minute ago, if he's fit enough to start and last 62 minutes, 60 minutes, 58 minutes, I don't care. Even if he lasts the first half, for me, he starts all day long. You can't not in a, like you said, Casey. If we go out there and we line up without him and we get beaten 1-0, the questions are what if. You know, that's where all the questions start with what if.
Yeah. You don't want to go in with what ifs. You see, you want to just say, all right, we tried our best, it didn't work out. You don't want to have what ifs.
And that's it. Yeah, spot on. I mean, listen, if he's able, even you know what, even 70% fit, and he lasts 45 minutes, you've got to try. At the end of the day, I know that might rule him out of other games, but listen, what's the hardest game after the Chelsea game in theory? It's Everton.
It's Everton, isn't it?
Right, and that's it.
And their squad's sort of depleted as well right now.
Yeah, you're risking.
Everton are in an awkward enough place.
Yeah, and what you do is you risk him, you send him out there. If, heaven forbid, he pulls up, don't get me wrong, I don't want him to miss the Euros. You can't have him miss the Euros just because we're being greedy. Okay, and we're being selfish.
We pay his we pay his wages, though. I know. Obviously, I'm an England fan.
But would you not rather West Ham finish top 4 than England have a good Euros? I know it's only every 2 or 3 years there's a major competition. Like I don't have much care in the world for international football because the way we are. But I know I'd be a much bigger West Ham fan than I am an Ireland fan whenever we are playing.
Yeah, no, listen, don't get me wrong. It's got bugger all to do with England being successful in the Euros. It's more for Dec being on the bigger stage. That's what I'm getting at with that. I'd hate to see the fact that we are selfish enough to rush Dec back, that we take Dec off of the biggest stage that he would have played at essentially so far as a first choice England first teamer. So for me, I wouldn't want to take that away from Dec. On the other hand, give Dec the option then. Dec, listen, top 4 finish with us in European football next season, Champions League.
Captain and out in the Champions League.
I don't think he'd turn it down, would he?
No, I don't think he would. No. So, but listen, Paul's got a point. I'm just going to stick the comment up here, Casey. Paul's got a point. You've clicked it as well.
I was going to say I clicked it as well.
Yeah. Paul's got a point. Every game is difficult for us. Yeah, you know what? But I think a lot of that is the pressure that we're going to put on ourselves. Especially as fans, the pressure that we would put on ourselves. So to a degree, and you lot in the chat, 10 of you can slaughter me, knock yourselves out. To a degree, I'm kind of grateful that the fans aren't at the stadium, because the extra added pressure. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we wouldn't cheer them on to victories, etc., etc., etc. What I'm saying is the added pressure of having us there when things aren't going too well. Is it could it be a bad idea? And yeah, to a degree, I think so. I might be wrong. You guys might think differently, but I just think the added pressure of having the fans at the stadium, would cause us a little bit more anxious moments, I think. So, no, listen, to answer your question, Gatesy, if Deck is 80% fit, even 75% fit, for me he starts. And I won't worry about the second half as and when we get.
But we also won't be surprised that Mark Noble pulls out a bloody masterclass against a team like Chelsea.
No,
it's
what?
It's on the cards for him. That is just what he does.
But he has it, Cal. He has it in his locker. That's the worst part of it for me. Is we know that he has it in his locker, but the problem is he does tend to
over control the game. He overdoes it.
Yeah, he tries too much. Just stop dicking around. It's the boy himself. Look.
We're joined now, ladies and gentlemen, by the Canadian Cyclone himself. So, Peach, talk to me. How are you? How's the day over there in sunny Canada?
Yo, look, dog. Look, I need, look, not a cloud in the sky, dog. Look, Canadian flags, but yo, not even a cloud. Well, there's clouds there. There's clouds there still, but that's it. That's it, man.
It's a lovely day all around, isn't it?
Ain't bad.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'll take a word out of my man's book, dog. I'll take a word out of my man's book and call this day grand. I will call this day grand. Straight up. Yo, Kaza, today is grand, my G.
Oh, it's a grand old day.
I love it. Come on, bring it, man. Keep it coming, dog. Duke,
Peach,
how you doing? How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah. Listen, I'm grateful to be on this. It's been one heck of a day in the pub.
What happened? What happened?
Just been busy, folks. Every single table was in use at one point today. There was over 160 people in the garden at one go. I've come up, and it's only going to get. It's only getting busier. I don't even know who watches over there. I know we've got a lot more tables coming in. And tomorrow, much like last week, Gatesy, and you were here for last week. I've actually got more people booked in tomorrow than I had last week.
Wow!
Gatesy,
that's.
It's gonna be like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when you do the quiz, dog. Straight. If I'm lucky enough,
that quiz better be on all the TVs, Duke. You must put it on.
Yo, I'll be Chris Tarrant, dog.
I haven't actually got a quiz prepped for tomorrow as yet.
Work on it.
Well, no. What it was, I wasn't sure if I was going to be around for 220. That's basically what it boiled down to. And now my plans have changed, so I might have to sort of do a quiz. I don't know whether I'm going to do 20 questions, 10 questions, whatever.
Maybe do an easier one this time, Gatesy.
I might do an easier one. I might just do true or false.
Gatesy, can you...
a bit more modern as well, please.
Can you what, sorry?
Can you do one based around the winners of Crush? You know, the dog show.
Don't start. Don't start. Yeah, let's not go there, Peach. Let's not go there. So, Peach.
Yeah, what's up, man?
If Declan Rice, and he's back, there's photographs that have emerged of Declan Rice in training at Rush Green, and I've put it to the other two, and I'll put it to you. If he's even 80% fit, is he involved in the squad? If you're the manager, and B, does he start?
Dude, could you answer that for me?
I said yes. Dude. I said yes.
No. Hey, dude, I heard what Duke said all day long. I'm on Team Duke, dog. How do you mean? I'm Team Duke with that one. Word up.
Yeah. No, I agree, because I think this game is critical to our chances. And
Peach, it's not often you don't want to talk, and then you're giving it to Duke.
I mean, Alex has nailed it there. It's make or break. I mean, if we go out there and manage to turn them over, game on. Because what's that? That's them 5 games left.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't agree with that, Gatesy. And the reason I wouldn't agree with that is we have a slightly easier running.
We do, but Chelsea are banging form at the minute, and we've got some injury issues at the minute.
Listen, I turn up there. I turn up tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got to go out. You got to attempt to win it. Don't sit back and try and defend and maybe try and nick a 1-0 lead. We don't have Antonio out there. We don't have, we don't have the
That's
players
well,
out there
that's well. Yeah,
to sit back and hold and hopefully hit on the break. We don't have that.
Yeah.
We need to get out there and play on the front foot. We need to ping balls in behind for the likes of Lingard and Bowen to race onto, really give that back line an absolute headache. Because I tell you what, then that back line of Chelsea, if they play three at the back, which is on the cards, and Gatesy, you've probably got your little Dubridge to come up in a minute. If they play three at the back, pace isn't their friend. Pace is not their friend. And Lingard and Bowen have that in spades.
Yeah.
Ben Rama has that in spades, and we need to be using that to our advantage, especially towards the end of that second half. We've literally, or the end of both halves, really, we've really got to be using that to our advantage and really go at them in that latter part.
Yeah.
Benrahma doesn't use his pace. That's one of the things. He doesn't. I don't even know how fast he is because he does so much running with. Like he uses the ball so much instead of sort of just out and out just sprinting at them.
Throw a brick at him. He'll soon move in. I tell you.
Throw a brick at him.
So
anyway, you're going to find out. Yes.
So Duke, talk to me. What would be would be your starting 11? What would be your formation? What would you choose?
I'll be honest.
What do you think he's going to go with?
No, I'll tell you what. It came up earlier in the convo, and this here, if Declan Rice isn't available, there's where I'm going. Yep. That's the side there. Sufal sitting back with the other two boys.
Yes.
I'll take that. That wasn't me, it was Kenny Peach, but Sufal at centre back would be where I'd go. Oggy, Fredericks and Arthur have the ability to cause problems out on them wings. I really do think they would keep. I really do think they keep the wing backs of Chelsea pinned back far enough, because the pace that they've got, they're going to be sitting there thinking, if we do launch a diagonal ball left and right, Arthur and Fredo are going to be there like whippets. Let's not mess around. They've both got a pace, so they'll get in there. They'll get in there, and then Chelsea are in trouble because their wing backs are not. Chilwell isn't going to catch Fredericks. I don't care what anyone says. He's called Flash for a reason. All right, he's not the most skillful player in the world, and he's certainly not going to be able to. It might take him 3 or 4 crosses to produce one belter that we put in the back of the net. But you know what? If we give him 8 opportunities down that side, he's going to put in 2 belters that we might score from. And I think for me, we have to be playing that as our strength. The other two up front.
Look who's just turned up.
Do you know the song "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles"?
Who's he talking to?
Hello, Miles.
Hang on, Andy.
Yeah, "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles." It's a West Ham tune.
Who's he? What's going on down here?
I want to show my friends you, man. I want to show my friends you. Go on, play something, dog.
Classical music.
Oh, but then play some classical shit, dog. Go on, do your blood clot thing, then. How you mean?
We're doing a little bit of classical music here, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Toronto, Canada. Oh, hello.
Good evening.
Milesy. Turbo Shandies?
Of course, mate. Of course, it had to be done on a Friday.
How many of you got down your neck, old son?
I don't know. I'm on the Booker and Tonics now.
Oh, are you?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
How long you been there, mate?
What about Jaeger bombs, Sandy? You need to get a few Jaeger bombs into you.
I've had a couple of Jaegers as well. I've been here since 12.
Respect, man.
Wow.
Wasn't that dope? Wasn't that dope?
Milesy,
That's what goes on in my neck of the woods.
If you're picking the team tomorrow, I've asked Duke, I'll ask you, if you're picking the team tomorrow, what's your formation? What's your starting 11? Talk to me.
So I'll go
Andy can just about find his feet.
Fabianski in goal.
Okay.
Fredericks right wing back. Kufal right centre back. Ogbonna left centre back. Diop in the middle with them because I don't think Creswell will make it. And then I'll have Masuaku left wing back with Noble and Souček in the middle. And then the Jesse Lingard and Gerard Bowen up front.
So you don't think
Yeah,
Bryce is going to make it?
You got
No.
another. I'm pretty sure you've got another position there, mate.
And Ben Rama. I want Ben Rama to start, but I think it'll be Fornals.
Yeah.
All right, you're James Fever, and what have you done with Andy Miles?
Oh, it's Arthur Masuaku.
I'm
Oh,
talking about,
he's
like,
better
if
than
I'm
Lukaku.
Kaku,
He always keeps the ball in play.
in play.
Can I just say something first?
In play.
Oh no!
What's that, mate?
Congratulations for the 300 subscribers. You
Big
two
up.
are
Actually-
fucking legends.
Massive.
I got
a
little banner made up.
Massive, Marcy. How you mean?
So all the guys here, so all the guys that are on the live chat, obviously all of us here, anyone that watches this subsequently, all of you that have subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of this journey thus far. And yeah, long may it continue. 300, and we're on our way to 400 as we speak.
And
Last I looked, I think
guys,
we're on
if this
305.
if this is not any motivation, you do realise the 400
You know
challenge is
what,
going to be
I-
me, and I don't even know what the hell I'm going to be doing. So, yous have got to come
it
up with
could-
something for the 400.
It could involve Jaeger bombs. It could involve turbo
Well-
shandies. We'll think of something.
Cal,
306.
Cal
No,
actually
we're
had an
on
idea for you.
306.
Hey yo, happy St.
Cal, I got a
George's
plan
Day
for you, Andy.
to all of y'all, man.
When we
Straight
get
up.
the- when we
Happy
get the
St. George's
400.
Day to all of y'all.
Cheers, Pete.
When we get to 400, you've got to stay sober in a pub.
Oh, that's never happening. Come on.
No.
Have
No. Listen. Listen, I will do anything for Isla. And like I said, I've already donated my other 50 quid. I will do anything
Yep.
for Isla. If you tell me that I can't go a
Yep,
weekend down the pub, I will do a weekend down the pub, I promise.
Boom, boom.
Fair enough.
Good man.
Fair enough.
Hey, Gatesy, do you want to
Yes,
know
Peach.
you want to know my 11 dog? Sorry,
Please
I was
do.
just tripped out with that classical music because it's like you don't see that every day. And I was like, yo, I asked if he knew Bubbles, he didn't. Imagine if he did, that would have been like an omen. Shit, but he played.
Ask him if he knows the Haringey Cocks. He might know them, the Super League,
Yeah.
Super League teams
Yeah.
around your neck of the woods.
Oh, like the blue
Haringey
soccer
Cocks.
team and them things. Yeah, word up. Yo, so my 11 would be Fabianski. On
Yeah.
the left, I would have Sufal. On the right, I would have Fredericks. In the middle, I would have Diop, Alves, and Ogbonna. The two in front of them would, of course, be Rice and Suchek if Rice is fit. If not, then Noble. And then up front, I'd have Bowen, Benrahma, and Lingard.
Sounds.
I don't think
decent
Moyes
enough.
is. I don't think Moyes agrees with you at all. I don't think Moyes
He'll
will
never
agree with
do
you at
that,
all on that
dog.
one.
He will never do that.
No.
But
this is,
Peach
like I
will do
say,
it.
the question is not necessarily what do you think Moyes is going to pick. What would you pick if you was the manager?
What's your what's your
word up,
FIFA
word
team
up.
for the game?
That's it.
We
yeah.
are Isla's Claret Blue Army. We are Isla's Claret Blue Army. We are Isla's Claret Blue Army. We are Isla's Claret Blue Army.
I'll tell you what, your singing, it's
I know.
absolutely perfect, Milesy. Let me tell
Maybe that should be the 400. We should get him singing a song.
Yes, I'll sing it with him, dog. How you mean?
Now there's an
I
idea.
was-
Why didn't I think of that?
I will sing Hero by Enrique Iglesias.
Who? Enrique Iglesias. You sing that?
I can
That's
be
supporting Real
your
Madrid.
hero,
That's
baby.
supporting Real Madrid.
Oh.
I will do it in Duke's
We
pub. It
have to
don't bother
change-
me.
We have to change the lyrics
why
though
not?
we'll have to change the lyrics for a FIFA type song, so it'll be I can be your postman, baby. That's what we need to do.
Word up.
I
That's what we
can
need
be
to do.
Ben Rama's baby.
Oh, you know what I'll sing? Somebody in the chat. That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
being
But
said.
somebody in the chat said
I'm on
Pete, you
YouTube.
should
Look,
do-
Tyler. I'm on YouTube.
Yo, somebody said that you should like do a version of Snow's fucking excuse my language, but they said you should do a version of Snow's Informer, but call it Ben Rama, like Ben Rama. The man that never gets a time to play. Hey. Yo, I'll make a whole tune up about
I was
it.
going to
dog.
say,
I
you
ain't
So
even
he's
can
playing
do
with
that.
Ben
That's your
Rama.
job. That's your job.
Yeah, but the best
Yeah.
part of that,
Hey.
the best part of that is Pete still went 7 there. like that because no one knows the lyrics. No one.
I was going to
Not
say,
even
does
the guy
anybody
that's
actually
sung
know what he's saying?
Or
Even the
Cha-Cha
person
Slide.
saying it doesn't know.
No, but I said Ben Rama, the man them never gets a chance to play. Hey,
Ben
hey, that's what I'm
Rama.
saying. Never gets a chance. The man them never gets a chance to play. Hey, hey,
He's
hey.
a number 9. Saeed Ben Rama is a number 9. Number 9. Saeed Ben Rama is
I'll
the
rock
number
it.
9.
9. I rock it, dog. I rock that, dog.
Oh,
You do
dear.
Right,
your,
guys.
you do your Enrique
Yes.
Iglesias. I'll do my like Snow thing. Trust me. Boom.
Right,
Yes,
I'm going
dude.
back. I'm going back to my drinks.
All right, mate. You
All
look
right,
after
Andy,
yourself. Stay
thanks for
safe.
joining us, mate. Always
Right,
a
let's
pleasure.
go.
We'll see you soon.
We
What
are
are we?
Islas Claret Blue Army. We are Islas Claret Blue Army. We are Islas Claret Blue Army.
Islas Claret, we are all so
We
fucking
hate
fantastic
Tottenham.
people.
We hate Tottenham.
And what are we, Milesy? Tell them.
We, hey,
We
Tottenham.
are fucking massive.
Massive.
Get in there, my son. Stay safe,
Love
mate.
you. See you later.
Stay safe. Be good.
Andy
Casey.
is the shit. Go on, Duke.
Mr. Duke, I've got a funny thing I know what you're going to say, but carry on.
Do you remember Wayne on West Ham's Why We Drink podcast?
Yes, I do.
Reminded me so much of that right there and there.
Did it? Beautiful.
He acted,
Is
he
that a
acted like we have
compliment or
any
no?
kind of control over what goes on anyway, Wayne, didn't he? He did say that
Well-
Gatesy had lost control. To be fair, we don't really show a lot of control on this channel, Gatesy, do we? So
That's
it's
what I
not like...
love.
No,
That's what I love.
I
It's just
try and
everywhere.
I try and keep a lid on it, but you know.
I mean, to be
sometimes
fair,
you
we
just gotta go
started this show 27 minutes ago talking about Newcastle. And all of a sudden, 20 minutes in, we're talking about, Informer,
Rapping.
the Cha-Cha Slide, Enrique Iglesias' hero. And,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm not going to lie to you. Can we possibly get back?
Yes,
Well, I
we
was
can.
gonna
But
ask-
before we do, sorry, Gatesy, sorry, Duke.
It's all right, mate.
So there's this place called Lazeez, right? It's called Lazeez, Lazeez.
Yep.
Let me show you, Brethren. You know at your kebab shops, do they do like chicken shawarmas?
Some of them do, yeah.
Okay, so this chicken shawarma place is the
Maybe.
bomb. This is the bomb. Like they got these things called pickled turnips, which are like pink and they're pickled, like pickled onions, but
Pickled
they're turnips.
turnips.
Oh my days, you'd love them. If you like pickled onions, you'd love these.
Love
so
'em.
I get 100. Well, what was it? Hazen Marewood or whatever it's called. What's the brand? Like, yeah. So it's like I get pickled turnips, lettuce.
Duke looks
onion.
completely disgusted, Peach. Can you see him? He
It's
looks
not
completely
fair!
If I gave him some of this, he would love it, dog. It's like I keep it simple.
I'll show it in your face.
Oh no! I get the pickled turnips, the onions, and the lettuce, and then I get like some garlic cream that they put on, like same as they do with the kebabs, and then some hot sauce, and then some hummus or hummus. I don't know, however they say it.
What's the worst that
dope.
could happen? What's
I'm
the
gonna
worst
take a
that could
picture
happen,
and I'm
Duke?
gonna send it to you, Duke. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna send it to you.
That's the worst that can happen, right?
What? You don't like chicken? You
No,
don't
we
like
can't.
chicken, dog?
Oh, we've now turned into Martha Stewart's fucking cookery show.
You don't like chicken, no, dog? Like, dude, this chicken is like the bomb by Z.
I think it's the pickled.
You were
I think
talking
it's the pickled
about
gherkin.
pickled turnip.
I'm talking about chicken, dog. And you know how I don't know what it is. It's a utensil of some kind. It's not a knife, but it is a knife. It's kind of square with a handle up top, and they just like and they shred it all about. Oh my days, Joe. Duke, Duke, when you come, differently, when you go to Boston, I'm coming up with like 100 of them and giving them to you, dog. You'll love them, straight up, word up.
I'm not eating pickled turnips. I'm not eating pickled
Well,
turnips.
it's not even that bad.
I've put a question out.
Sorry, hang on. Capital, what?
Turnips are class.
Big up, Kaza.
Ooh.
Big Big up, Kaz.
I don't know.
Done now.
I've never. I
You've
can't say
done
I've ever
now.
had a pickle turnip now, but
Oh, pickle
just a
turnip's
bit of
even better.
bit of mashed
And you
turnip.
had an onion,
You
but
boil
you get a pickled
you
onion?
boil up
Come
the turnip,
on.
mash it up a
Oh,
bit,
you
put a bit
lot
of
are
spud
not
in, a bit of
normal.
onion, then you fry it up with some butter. It's class.
We're West Ham supporters.
Steve-
Of course, we're
Steve
not
reckons
normal,
he'd
dog.
try
Come
it.
on.
Steve says he'd try it.
Oh, big up,
I
Steve.
can't-
Something wrong with
and
Steve as well.
stepped out of the comfort
pickles
zone.
pickles don't taste anything like the actual veg that's pickled anyway. It all tastes the same, and I like
Word
it. I
up.
like a pickled gherkin, so why wouldn't a pickled turnip be
Oh,
nice?
Oh, yeah.
Pickles are just nice.
When you
Pickles
have
are
a pickle,
class.
when you have a pickle
You
though,
don't-
do you have like a
you
a
don't
garlic
like
pickle
pickled
or like
gherkins,
an
dude.
ungarlic pickle? I have a garlic pickle with like garlic on the pickle, dog. It's live up.
Pickles are unreal.
I do. We turn this into the Food Network, dog.
We will talk about football soon, I promise.
I
Dear, oh
thought,
dear.
I thought food was exclusive for Russell's channel, to be honest. But,
James is saying probably pickled radish. He's saying it's
Oh,
probably
big up,
pickled
James.
radish. You sure it's not? You sure it's not a pickled radish?
Oh, what about pickled? No, it's not. But what about pickled beetroots? Like when you have your Christmas dinner, the day after you have like all the pickles, like the Branston pickle, the piccalilli.
Oh,
like
Branston. Branston's lovely stuff.
And
Branston.
the
A Branston
red
cheese
cabbage.
sandwich.
Piccalilli!
Oh,
Piccalilli!
How
I
about
thought I'm licking your own arsehole! Piccalilli!
look at that
It's
one.
fucking nuclear yellow!
Oh my days, dude, yo,
I'm
that
licking your own
red
arsehole!
pickled red
Fucking
cabbage. Come on, that's
Piccalilli!
the best.
if you're flexible enough, dude, go
Guys.
for it.
Guys, look at what Steve's put in the chat.
What's that? To be frank,
Pickled goat.
pickled goat is very
Pickled
good. Yo, I'm
goat.
down. I love curry goat. Curry goat is dope. And like they do these things called rotis. And like I get like a roti with curry goat in it and pumpkin, dog. Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Flipping blood clot pumpkin, dog. Mwah. Dope business.
Should we get back to the football then?
Yeah, let's go.
I'd say we're
Let's go.
grand on this. I'd say we stay on this, Katie.
Well, me too,
Oh,
but we
no.
wound up
No,
duking
no.
off, dog. We wound up
Let's-
duking off. His head's
I'm
gonna-
getting acid indigestion just listening to you.
Cahill, we haven't got your
Yeah.
starting lineup and formation. So
Okay,
what would you
so
go
it's
for
what
if
I
you-
want.
Who's playing? I've forgotten.
It's what I want. Oh,
Oh, God.
okay. I do want us to play a back four to just say feck it and go for it. Like,
Yep.
so obviously Fab in goals, Soufal right back. I think Johnson is the lesser of two evils when we're just playing a four. So I think it needs to be him at left back. And then what's Duke's face there? That's after put me off. What's he after doing there? So I'll put Ogbonna and Diop. Then so then I'd probably have Noble and Souček with Fornals, Benrahma, Bowen. Wait, sure, is there an extra player then? Then I may as well play the five at the back. I'm trying to think. 4-2-3-1.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
see, that's the thing. 4-2-3-1 is where we go at them. But we don't really have a striker now.
Matsuaku. I think I forgot to put him in as well.
Yeah, maybe you could even
yeah.
put Masuaku if he's fit. Put him left mid and have Bowen up front.
Right.
You know
Okay.
what? The only reason
Now you piqued my interest.
The only reason I meant this, like Soufal playing left back, because it just came out this week that apparently Homeboy used to play left back. So he's played there before. He has more experience than Johnson. Put him there. Put Fredericks on the
Masuaku?
right.
I thought
No, Soufal.
I thought Johnson's whole gimmick was that he can play sort of wherever you put him. I thought
Both
that was
sides,
his sort of
but
his
I
whole
don't know,
thing.
it's getting tired, man.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
Soufal's an international, and he's
I like
played left
Johnson,
back
and
before.
I think there's
so do
better
I.
things to come from him. But he's not a left
just
back.
gonna get his
He's
fame
not a
for
wing
being
back
Ledley
anyway.
King's cousin. Like, no, he has skills, but I'd put Soufal on the left. I'd have Fredericks on the right, fill up the middle with Diop, Godbana, and like, give this boy Alvarez a go. Why not? Why not?
Well, that's the team I'd like to go with,
Yes,
and that's
KT.
assuming Cresswell Masuaku, and Rice.
I think there could be
Yeah,
three players in
anywhere
there that
near
aren't
it.
even fit. That's the issue.
Like bring
Yeah,
Masuaku
but
off the bench.
I think Masuaku was just a
I'm
really
surprised
minor
Gates.
knock
I'm
is what
surprised
kept him out.
Gates.
Yeah, it was a swollen knee.
I'm surprised Gates hasn't got Antonio up front.
No, well, he's nowhere near. I mean, Masuaku.
He's got everyone back from injury.
And
Well,
Antonio is like
I think-
Superman. He does.
I think
Masuaku was only. I think Masuaku was only a slight injury
That
doubt for
was
the
just
Newcastle
knock.
game is what kept him out.
Absolutely.
Cresswell again was pretty close to making that, from what I understand. So I don't think it's a stretch to say that both of them could make it. The question mark for me is more over Declan.
Look at that. That's outside the Emirates. There's about 3,000 or 4,000 people outside the Emirates, maybe more.
Well, I hope
Alfie's
that
there,
makes
isn't
a
he?
better job than the
Yeah,
Spurs
right.
fans did.
Yeah, right.
I think Alfie's at it.
Yeah,
Hey?
right. Are they causing
Yeah,
up a ruckus?
Really?
Yeah, I think he went. He had posted up things with Cronky out signs
Huge
and all, and then
demonstrations.
I think he was
Wicked,
going up
wicked.
to do it himself.
Oh,
It's
okay.
weird how this is. It's bringing fans together. It's nuts. It's like the worst thing that the FA would have wanted.
I wouldn't go myself, but I
nuts.
respect it bringing fans together.
No, word up. No, word up, man. Word up. It's like it's a
Well,
good look
if
because
there's 4,000 people there, there's probably about 3,500 cases of COVID in the next 24 hours.
yeah, that's just stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I agree
That's
with
the
that.
only thing for me. Listen, I don't blame them for doing it.
Especially, weren't you declared out with the
If I
pandemic
was-
there the last few days?
Yeah, allegedly. Again, we were out of it for a couple of days, and now listen, I'm not digging them out because at the end of the day, we've been locked away for so long, and this is something that they care passionately about. But on the flip side to that, I don't fancy being put back into a pandemic
No way.
because
No
of
way.
no
way.
because of this. So
No
I understand
way.
what they're doing, and they've certainly got my support for protesting, but I just is now the right time. That's all I'm going to say.
Should I carry on with explaining my team?
Yes,
Please
please.
do. Be nice.
Okay, so
It's all right that we can talk
Cresswell,
about fucking pickled stuff. Can't
that
fucking talk
wasn't
about
me,
it
in
yet.
fairness.
Pickled
That wasn't
turnips,
me.
and Steve's all about them. That was me.
Oh,
Me.
fuck, he's
My
back.
little old mug.
Going again.
That was me.
Well, you set him off. Shall I continue?
Yes, please, Gates.
Please do.
Thank you. Okay, so Cresswell and Masuaku, they
Come
were
on,
only.
push it out. Yes.
Shall I continue?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So
No.
Cresswell and Masuaku were.
Now Duke's winding you
No,
up.
I'm not the naughty kid at the back of class in school, am I? I love it. Go on, carry on.
Okay.
Go
No,
on,
forget it.
Duke. Go on,
That's fine.
Duke. I played the same role.
Don't
No,
worry.
I played the same role.
Listen, I'm going to put it back up. That's it. You know what?
No.
You're going to be childish, Gatesy. We're going to fall
No,
out.
no,
That's
it's
Sorry.
fine.
fine.
No,
Let's
I'm going to rise above it.
11.
No,
Come
it's fine.
on. Let's say
No, it's
Gates's
fine.
11. Come on. Let's say Gates's 11. Enrico Iglesias up
Ah.
front with like Brett Midler at the back. Go on. Let's have it.
Duke. You're so amateurish. I put it there, but you know.
Listen, it's allegedly.
Press that
Allegedly.
Press
Duke
that
is a
button.
G.
Right. So Masuaku and Cresswell, they were only, for the Newcastle game, they might have made it. They didn't. But I think
Yep.
that extra week could bring them back into the fold. Declan Rice, as I say, for me, the pictures that I've seen of him training, obviously they're a good sign. And I think for this game, if he's even 80% fit, I would chuck him in. If this wasn't against Chelsea, then I would absolutely say no, not worth the risk. If this was against Burnley or something like that, then I'd say, really, what's the point? But against a team that we're direct rivals for, I think his presence is an absolute must, even if he's 80% fit. And we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Dec's quite a robust, it's not like he's an injury-prone player. And, again, if this was Michail Antonio, I wouldn't be rushing him back because what's the point? He's only going to break down. But Declan Rice doesn't have an injury record as such. So, you know, for me, if he's 80% fit, there or thereabouts, I would risk it. I would absolutely risk it, because if we can if we can at least come away with a 1-1 draw, do you know what? I'd absolutely take that, because they
piss
don't
on
get
that. I
away
want
from
to
us.
win.
We don't get away from them, and our
I want to
fixtures,
win.
I would argue, on paper, are more straightforward than theirs. I'm not going to say easy, but straightforward. So
Casey, can I
if we can-
ask you this? Can I ask you this
Yeah,
just
yeah.
before you go on? Remember your thought. Cross your fingers. Remember your thought. But people were saying Liverpool have an easier running than we do. Is that true?
Liverpool's running from what I
Possibly only
remember
because they're
seeing of it.
Liverpool.
No, do you know what? I don't know whether theirs is an easier running or not than ours, but I'd certainly say, as far as the ESL 6 are concerned, you know, between them and Chelsea, I'd certainly say that Chelsea have got the more difficult running, in my opinion. But
So if we
Katie's
beat
joined
them-
us. Katie's in the building.
Good evening, Katie.
How are you,
Yo,
Katie? Hope
send
you're
her
well.
Send her the StreamYard link, dog. Get her on.
Okay.
Get her on, dog.
I'll do
She's
it now.
my girl, dog.
Tell you
That's
what,
my G,
hang on.
man. How you
Hold
mean?
on, I can do this. Right. So, if you want to join us, Katie, and we would be
Please.
delighted to have you join us,
Please.
there
come on. Drinking
is
ciders in the
StreamYard
park.
link.
How you mean?
In fact, if any of you want to jump on and
Yes.
join us, you are all more than welcome. Come one, come all. We are all
Yes.
one. Forged from Iron, 300 plus subscribers, family. What could possibly go
Oh
wrong?
yes, 300.
Hey, Duke,
Cow!
Duke, you know what? I'm gonna send a picture of the pickle turnips to you, dog. I'm gonna send a picture. I'm gonna send a pickle. I'm gonna send a picture of the pickle and the
Oh,
whole
that's an
sandwich. to
excuse,
you, dog.
Katie.
I will.
Do you see this?
What
Look,
did she say?
look at this pathetic excuse
What did
she's
she
coming up.
say?
Study.
I'm get.
All work and no play, Katie. all work and
you
no
can take
play.
5 minutes, girl. You can take 5 minutes. What's wrong with you,
Just come
man?
on and say hello. Just come on
Bollocks.
and say hello. What's the worst that could happen?
How do you
Studying's
mean?
Steve's
overrated
come
anyway.
in. Steve's coming. Steve is here. Steve is in the building.
Oh, we're just having a party for 300. We're having a party for 300. Come on.
Nifty.
I
Steve
know,
50.
It's what I love about these shows. It's just general chaos with a bit of.
We do try. We start with the best
We have
intentions,
fun,
Steve,
dog.
and then
We have
it
fun.
We're not
goes
talking about
away.
pickled turnips.
Steve, what's your opinion on pickles?
Turnip, dog.
Oh, has he dropped out?
Sorry, hold up, one second. Hold up.
Steve, are you still with us?
Yeah, Barney's calling me. Hold on, one second.
Ah,
Hold up, what do I got to do now, dog? Hold up, one second.
oh dear.
Oh, shit, I got to call him back.
General
I think I'm
chaos.
I think I'm
Are
back.
you there, Steve?
I'm here.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the game tomorrow? Do you think it's worth, if Declan is 80% fit, do you think it's worth risking him?
I'd say I was just having the discussion with my son James, who you met. He says no because the last 5 games are clearly winnable.
Hmm.
Whereas I think yes, because if we can get something out of Chelsea, that puts
Yep.
us in a really good position.
That's
It's hard though,
kind of my
because
thought.
I don't want to put him in and then have him injured for the last 5.
Hmm.
JC,
Looking at those
306.
306. Oh, we've lost Peach. Peach has
Yeah,
dropped
to be
out.
fair, we've been frozen and looked like he was trying to swallow flies. So I'm kind of, I was a little bit scared of his picture that was on screen. So I'm kind of glad it's gone, to be honest with you.
Sorry, continue, please, Steve.
Yeah. No, just to complete aside, does anybody know if Peach actually owns a dog?
I know he used to.
Yeah, it's a very popular word with Peach. It's he just.
Yes.
Down with the kids. Down with the kids.
But
So
Anyway,
yeah, I
so-
mean, I continue. Sorry.
Sorry, Yeah, go on. To continue, if we beat Chelsea,
Yep.
I think we've got a really good chance of making Champions League.
Hmm.
If we draw with them, still on. If we lose,
Yep.
it's still on. But it just becomes a lot harder.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
we're waiting for them to stumble, aren't we?
yeah,
Listen, it's still mathematically possible that Arsenal get relegated and we win the league. Just remember that.
oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Arsenal relegated. In fact,
Is it possible they could still get relegated?
I believe if it's a 30-point jobby, I believe it really puts them in danger, Gacy. From what I've heard,
I actually think the Premier League are going to do that because I don't. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but
not in the slightest. But that's not the point.
Arsenal relegated would be all my Christmases come at once. It would be horrific.
all your Christmases come at once.
Yeah, I've had to put up with snotty Arsenal fans looking down their nose at me for years. It would give me a great deal of pleasure to actually turn around and go, so, you know, I thought you were going for the ESL. Oh, you're in the Championship. That was your real aim.
Yeah, they got a letter wrong, Steve. What it was, they didn't mean ESL, they meant EFL.
Exactly. I don't actually think the ESL clubs are going to get a points deduction because what the Premier League said, and I do somewhat agree with this, it's not the fans' fault, and that punishes the fans.
But then the same could be said when Luton went into administration, were docked 30 points. The same could be said for when the Tevez saga happened with us. There's so many situations that are down to a mismanagement at a boardroom level, and it rebounds on the players, it rebounds on the managers, it rebounds on the fans. At the end of the day, the rules are there, and you know they've whether you like it or not, whichever way you want to dress it up, they've been broken. So surely something has to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, Gacy, if it goes 30 points, if they do the maximum, and from what I gather, maximum allowed is a 30-point deduction for breaking Rule 9, that put Arsenal on 16 points.
Whoa, love it.
You'll put Tottenham as well.
Points.
Tottenham aren't that much ahead. What would that put Tottenham on? Like 33?
Tottenham would be on 23, so Tottenham would be in the bottom
23.
four. Liverpool would be on 23. Chelsea would be on 25. Man U would be on 36 and Man City would be on 47. The scary thing is if Man City took a 30-point deduction and with everyone else losing points, they'd still be about 5th place. That's quite scary, to be fair.
That's madness, isn't it? That's madness.
That'd be.
But yeah, looking at it, so as I was saying, Man U 36 points, Chelsea 25. So yeah, Chelsea 25, Tottenham 23, Liverpool 23, Arsenal 16, Fulham are on 27, and West Brom are on 24.
Wow.
We're living in dream world there, unfortunately. They're not even going to deduct 3 points off.
Yeah,
No matter 30.
I was going to say that's not even. Listen, I'd take 10 points if they wanted to deduct some 10 points. I'd take that because that again, or even 3 points. I'd take that because that'd still do us a favour, and then it's something. It's something.
Yeah. But I have to say, if Arsenal and Spurs got relegated in the same season,
I'd die a happy man.
Happy man, yeah.
Yes, Steve. Yes, without a doubt.
And just to sort of top it off, how about West Ham win the Premier League as well?
Oh, listen, that's very well. Behave yourself there, Gacy.
Stop exciting us there, Gacy.
Trust you to get carried away. Listen, we're talking reality of maybe Arsenal get relegated due to 30-point deduction, and then you go stupid.
But we'd be second. We'd be second, wouldn't we? We'd be behind Leicester. That's it.
And we'd still find a way to finish below Man City this season.
No, we won't.
I've got to say this. I've got to say this. I can't believe I'm about to say. I would give up us winning the Premier League, and I'd take second or third for Arsenal and Spurs to be relegated in the same league.
Oh,
100,
no.
100, 100.
No,
No,
I'd take our success over their failure.
I can't believe I've said it.
He's right. He's right. 'Cause
Oh,
It's not
no.
like we're winning the Premier League because man got points deducted. Who are we facing? Everton and Leicester? Like, no, bollocks. I agree with what Steve said. Done.
Alex,
No, I got to be honest.
Yo, take second.
I-
Arsenal, Tottenham get relegated, and let's win the league next year.
No, I got to be honest. I completely disagree. I would be as much as if it meant winning the Premier League for Arsenal and Tottenham to survive by the skin of their teeth, I'd take it because we might not ever win the Premier League again. I may never see it happen again in my lifetime. And
I mean, Gatesy, the chances are you're probably not going to. Let's not mess around.
no,
Unless we had that
probably not.
massive influx of cash. Do you know what I mean?
No, probably not. But if you're saying to me you take Arsenal and Spurs getting relegated and if West Ham missed out on the Premier League, you'd take that. No, I wouldn't. I'd flip it the other way. I'd keep Arsenal and Tottenham in the Premier League if it meant that we won the Premier League.
Yeah,
I know they're not mutually exclusive, and we're talking sort of like, you know, scenarios and sort of like the world of make believe and all the rest of it. But yeah, I wouldn't. Sorry.
I don't know. We're living in dreamland here, lads.
We are. It's all
It could go on,
hypothetical.
no, Doc. It could go on.
So what are the two options? They get relegated, both of them relegated, and we're sort of like top.
They get
what is it?
If they get
We're
relegated
second.
and we finish second, or they stay up and we finish first, what would you choose?
Fuck them. We
Our
win the league.
second-
I don't care.
No, bugger.
I'll take us winning the league over anything.
I know, but Kaza,
Yeah, me too.
imagine Arsenal and Tottenham getting relegated. That is the toughest. league
Imagine
to come
winning the
out
league,
from.
Pete.
Yeah, but
Imagine
winning the league.
Who gives
Winning
a
the
shit?
league, Peach.
We'd have something
I know.
over Tottenham for the rest of our
Peach,
lives.
I'm
We'd
not
have it
being
over
funny.
Tottenham for the
There's
rest of
that.
our
Yeah.
lives.
There's that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not being
They,
funny.
they can
but
just say,
I'm
"Oh,
not
you
bothered
got
about
relegated
their
as well."
success or failure. I'm bothered about ours.
But what about if we win the league next year because those mother duckers ain't in the competition? Like that's
They're
what
not going to
I'm
win
but
it
saying.
still-
anyway. Man City will
Yeah, but
still win.
Peach, Man
Be
City will still be there.
patient,
Liverpool will still be there.
Yo, be
Ooh,
patient.
No,
Be patient.
I
Patience is a virtue, dog. Like
If it
that's
was-
why I understand what Steve's saying. Steve. Bum, 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 bum,
No,
bum.
Yeah,
Bum,
if it was-
where's he? Bum, bum, bum. I understand what he's saying because I be patient. Patience is a virtue. Let's get in the Champions League this year. Maybe fall
I'm
out
18
like
and I
the
feel like
second,
I've been
third
patient
round.
enough for a bit of success.
I'm
I don't know what you are
45.
feeling.
Trust me. So the ultimate like roundabout is like everybody wants to win the league rather than Arsenal, Tottenham getting relegated.
I would.
Okay.
Like
What
I
about
say,
you,
if it was-
Duke? What about you,
If that was
Duke?
the choices, definitely.
Duke, what about you, my friend? He's frozen.
I
No,
don't
he's
know.
not.
I think he's thinking.
He's thinking about pickle
Oh,
turnips. That's
Pete,
what he's thinking about.
I've been swayed. I'm going to have to go winning the league.
Okay.
Hey,
And Kaza
one
winning the
of us.
league.
Let's go.
Okay, odd one out. Me and Steve are the odd ones out. There you go.
I think Steve will join us now as well.
no, I won't.
I
I'm
won't.
biased.
I
I'm
won't,
biased.
and neither will he.
My brother-in-law is a Spurs supporter, so
Go
as
on,
you can
Steve.
as you can imagine, his team this year was like manna from heaven.
Would you not think
yeah,
winning
but
the
Steve-
league, you'd hold that over the league
Steve,
better because they've
you
never
could
won?
hold that over him. You
You
could
want
say
to win the league
Mark
once,
Noble
or you want to
lifted the
win the
Premier
league
League
twice,
trophy.
3
Harry
times,
Kane
4
had it.
times,
Before
5
Harry
times, 6
Kane.
times.
Well, the thing is, when I said to my brother-in-law, he came out very boldly and said Spurs have never been relegated. And I said, oh, yes, they have, back
They
in
have?
the 70s.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
showed him. He was horrified, but it would just be nice to see the look on his... it would be worth... Yeah, I know it's petty. It's incredibly petty. Petty and small-minded. But after what the ESL clubs have done, I am
That's petty.
being petty and small-minded towards them.
Like
Maybe
you
you
know,
should relegate them and let us win the league as well. That sounds pretty nice.
what's up, love? You all right?
Yeah, it'd be nice
Now
if
I
both
can
could
get
happen.
really on
Being
side
really
with.
greedy.
Yeah.
So,
But
shall we
Yo,
start?
I'll
Should we talk
said
about the
that
football
thing
tomorrow
was
again, guys? That's what we're here for. after all.
no. First off, let me talk about this, Steve. Let me ask you, like, it's always weird. Like, I point there, and that's like where you
And it
really
goes
are,
the wrong
but
way.
it's there.
I do it all
It's
the
like
time.
I know it's like playing James Bond. But yo, I'll show you this.
That's do. Yeah.
Imagine if like Spurs they get relegated, they'd lose Kane, they'd lose Son, they'd lose Sanchez, they'd lose everybody, dog. It wouldn't be the
They
same.
still have Eric
Spurs squad.
Dyer.
Sanchez is a loss for any team that gets
Eric
him.
Dyer, what the best penalty taker in England? Piss off, Eric Dyer. Fuck, I can take a penalty better than Eric Dyer, dog.
Eric Dyer's
I
been
ain't
living
even
off that
playing
goal
with
he
you.
scored against us 5 years ago his whole career.
Hey,
Right,
Cyber.
Kaza? Right?
no. I mean, to you have to understand. Peter's right here. If Spurs get relegated, it's the gift that keeps giving because they
Yes.
lose their best players. They struggle like crazy. Hopefully, Levy will go. You know, you can't underestimate the true value of Spurs being relegated. It would just be, oh, I'd love every second of it.
No.
I'm
yeah,
so
I
Right,
know
but
what
don't
you're
worry, mate.
saying,
You ain't
but-
missed much.
Steve, I'll tell you, like Levy, Sugar's still involved with them, any? Like Alan Sugar?
I don't know, Pete.
Okay, well, if he is, he'd be on the
No,
first flight
Sugar's
out.
gone.
Okay, so anyways, he's probably in Florida right now chilling with Donald Trump. But then you got Levy. Levy would be on like the first plane out to like Abu Dhabi. Straight up, man. Like they don't care about
Yeah, to
the
pay no
club.
taxes. I'd say he'd
Hey,
love his life.
Boom, bing, bang, bosh.
I tell you what, though, I couldn't believe Levy turned up to the Spurs game the other
Yeah.
night. He just fronted it out. I thought, sorry, yeah, Duke's pointing at the West Ham versus Chelsea.
We
I
weren't
did-
talking about the Super League, for God's sake.
I did try and move the conversation on, to be fair.
I
And I was
know.
told no.
I know. I just thought
We
I'd be
talk about
blatantly
the
obvious.
Chelsea game now. So,
You know what I
Cahill.
think about the Chelsea game? Pickled turnips, dog. Straight up.
fair enough. That's Peach's input over. Cahill,
Because we're gonna pickle
Chelsea
them.
danger
We're gonna
men.
pickle them. We're gonna pickle them.
Chelsea's danger men. They're not a very particularly like Starman based team. They're a team, like they work together. I think Mason Mount's always consistent. He's always a 6 or 7 out of 10. I like him a lot. I think he's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. Straight up.
Timo Werner's threatening. He just doesn't bloody know how to finish. But
He's showing
if
up
he gets
now,
that
though,
many,
isn't he?
if he gets that many chances, he's bound to score. And
Yeah.
I could see him blitzing us with his pace.
The scary thing is tomorrow you might get a lot of chances.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
funny
thing.
The funny thing, Kaza, is like Jorginho. I don't know if you've seen it. He came out in the news like the other day, like trying to do a rally call to like the Chelsea players. Like, this is a big game. This is like, don't take West Ham lightly. This is a big game. But they already got 5 on the bounce, and then they're playing Real Madrid 72 hours after us. I know they rested some on them, but I fancy our chances, Kaza. I fancy our chances, and I think
We need
I think
to
you're
take
right.
we need to take it. We need to take
Yes,
it.
yes,
the-
yes.
Pulisic, if he's playing, he's a good
Yeah.
player. He
Yep.
likes playing against us. From what I can always tell, he's always up for it.
Yeah.
They're good. Like since Fat Frank left them, they've just been a solid team. They're hard to
Yep.
beat. They don't
Yep.
blitz anyone. They don't really go
Yep.
out and absolutely smash teams. They're just a confident team who knows how to win, and they'll pull them out of the bag.
You're
'Cause
right.
they've only lost the 2 games since Tuchel's turned up, hasn't they? They obviously lost the second leg against Porto, which didn't mean a lot because they'd done enough in the first leg. And obviously the West Brom game, which was largely because they had a player sent off. But other than that, they've done pretty well since he's turned up, wouldn't you say? So
I would
easy.
I would agree, and
No,
I love the
It's
I
never
love the
easy
post-
against them, though.
I love the post match. Sorry to interject, but I love the post match like press conference with Sam Allardyce. He didn't have a dicky bird on what to say, dog. He had nothing, not a word, not a word. Sorry to interrupt. Continue, Kaiser. I apologize.
Yeah, what I,
Right.
was gonna say, I watched Chelsea Brighton during the week.
Hmm.
When all this stuff blew up, and their heads were all over the place.
Yeah.
And I think if we're lucky, let's put it this way, it will still be playing on their minds because there's still an awful lot of stick out there, and they've got Champions League semi-final.
Yep.
I think they could.
Yeah.
There's a chance, maybe not a big one, but there is a chance they'll go into that game distracted and slightly demoralised as well because none of the players wanted the ESL.
No.
And you know, you suddenly turn up to work one day. Oh, we've announced we're going to break away from this company. We're going to be in a multi-million-pound league, which you're going to play more games in. You treat your staff like that, they're going to feel like dirt.
You have to spend half your office days out foreign as well.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, those players aren't going to be feeling valued about the management structure above them, are they?
Not at all.
No, true enough. Who's the danger men for you, Steve?
Oh, the whole bloody team, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, man for man, they're just better than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we beat Chelsea, and I mean, it's always again a moment of unabounded joy when we beat Chelsea. What we do is we outgraft them. We work now with the injuries we've got. Can we do that? Can
Very
Jesse
good question.
I mean, our squad is thin, and to be fair, I think a lot of Craig's problems recently have been because he's naughty. He hasn't suddenly become the player. He hasn't suddenly become an awful player from the player we saw in the first. He's just got shattered. And fitness level, how angry we are with them for what they've done, and I would imagine that'll be pretty angry. How are their heads down, and do they think, well, what's the point of talk to us anyway? And also, you know, how Moyes sets us up, because I could see us doing something like we did against Leicester and Wolves, getting a few goals early on and then hanging on for dear life at the end. Because while we've got our energy,
not again.
No, please.
I've had enough of that.
No.
I'd rather
not many.
at the end and win than just go out with a whimper. Yeah,
Fair enough.
you know, they've got a great team, and our team, no matter how you cut it, isn't as good.
Well, you look at their
But-
squad. I mean, even you look at their bench. It's, you know, I mean, just looking at their bench the other night. If you look at it on the bench, they got Kante, a World Cup winner, Werner. I mean, how much did they pay for him? Hudson-Odoi, Chilwell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You know,
Even
their squad
that
is
youngin,
so
Billy
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
And then you look at our bench. We've got two goalkeepers.
Yeah, that's what we've had in our bench.
What the fuck?
As much as I don't think he's done it yet, I don't think you've got anything to lose by starting Ben Rama, because he would cause some problems.
Yeah.
And it's like you know, one of those fish that swim around with sharks. You know, they're just an irritant. You know, and that's what we've got to be. We've got to irritate them. We can't outplay them, but if we irritate them enough and get them annoyed enough, they will get cross and hopefully
We're horrible to play against. We have to piss them off.
Yeah, they need 11 peaches on the pitch, dog. How you mean?
Or pickled turnips, maybe.
Yeah. Pickle turnips are 11 peaches. 11 peaches would bug the shit out of them. They'd be like, get them away. I don't want to deal with that. Like, I'd bite their ankles, dog. Was that come again?
How about pickled avocados? Do you think you could go for that, mate?
100. Anything pickled, I love. Anything pickled, I love.
Avocados.
I don't know if that one would work, but I'd try it. 'Cause I like both.
God.
Give me a pickled Kim Kardashian. I probably like that, dog. Straight up.
He already has me.
I was going to say, I think that happened years ago, didn't it?
No, well, yesterday. That was only what? Not even 24 hours ago, man. Come on.
Just changing the subject. When is your debut as a hippo going to happen?
Well,
Yes,
Duke's getting the
Steve-O,
costume.
yes.
He's getting the costume. I don't know whether we're going to do it a week because you're doing your little skit as Tom Jones on the last day, aren't you?
I am indeed.
So are we going
What's
to
up,
double
man?
up?
I think we should.
Always.
Plenty of photographs.
Always.
Are we going to
Balance
go
a
over
lot, mate.
the last game of the season?
Say again.
Are we going to Dukes for the last game of the season?
Love it.
What day is the last? Because the pub we can go back inside pubs from the 17th of May, isn't it?
Yep.
When's the last game?
Oh, lads, you just make me cry here. What are you on about? Feck's sake, go inside them. I can't even go outside them, for feck's sake.
Is it May 7th? Because normally it's May 10th. Big up, Cancer.
May 17th.
It might be May 17th, the last game still.
Yeah.
Because normally it's May 10th.
Just checking now. So the last game is the 23rd of May. So we can go inside then, can't we, Duke? And you can do your singing.
Magic.
So if there's a great
Magic.
big rain cloud that turns
What
up,
day
that
is
won't
that
be a
on,
problem.
Gatey?
23rd
Sunday.
of May.
Sunday.
Is that Sunday?
23rd of May.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Right,
I think I'll have my vaccine around then, so I may contact
You can
Michael O'Leary and get my flights booked.
Go on, Cancer. Go on, Cancer.
Last weekend, it was an absolutely great crack. And to be honest with you, if you'd seen Andy, you'd have been.
You see Andy online and you know it's good crack anyway.
Every time.
Andy standing up, the fact Andy could stand up, I thought was quite an achievement considering the condition he was in.
The fact that Andy could stand up and at 11:30 at my pub was drinking double vodka and Red Bulls after the night before.
Love it. Love it.
That's how you cure the hangover. You don't stop.
And do you know the best of it was when he got out of the cab, and he got out the cab in the car park, and I was stood there, and I said, "Your head a little bit sore," and he didn't have the foggiest idea what he'd done the night before on the live stream. No clue whatsoever.
And he got a seafood platter again today with the babies. Yes, he said that on Russ's show.
He said he would, but I didn't know if he'd follow it through. But wow!
Oh, what a man!
I think Katie was going to come in when I hopped off. So what I'll do is I'll hop off and let Katie come in. That was her comment.
She's probably
she wants to come in now. Oh, it's Katie time. It's cool for her to come in. Now she wants to come in. Oh, I see how it goes.
American Hammer. So, look, I'll catch you. Well, I'll carry on watching, but I'll catch up for a chat during the week, boys. So, I guess.
Steve, mate, you look after yourself. Stay safe, buddy.
Always a pleasure. Big yourself up. Steve-O, how do you mean, man? Duke,
there we go.
Turnips.
So I'll just put the link in just in case Katie needs it. I'll put that in the chat. If she wants to jump on, she can.
Turnips.
So,
Duke,
I
can't wait.
Danger men for Chelsea.
Everybody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not even joking on that, Gatesy. They all have the ability to turn up and embarrass us at points. I mean, there's so many players that they've got going forward that they're scary. I know he hasn't. I know he hasn't performed well this season, but Timo Werner is still for me one of the best out-and-out finishers in Europe, as far as I'm concerned. I think he's an outstanding player. I just don't think we're seeing it
through the middle, do you think?
At Chelsea. Yes, all day long. I don't see why you have spent they spent £45 million.
Somewhere around that. It's around about the £50 million mark, give or take. Timo Werner.
Timo Werner.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Werner's not a finisher. That's his problem.
And
Even
the
when you see him,
Yazovic-
even
No,
when you see him
I
in
think-
Germany.
You know what though? No, but he was, and this was the thing. Him and Lewandowski, I think, I think for me, Werner in Germany, there's a reason that they spent money on him, and it wasn't to play him.
Oh,
wide left or wide right.
he was an unreal striker in Germany. The thing
Yeah.
is, he was playing for a team kind of like a successful version of Brighton, a team that would have 20 chances in a game, so he could take 5 shots before scoring a goal.
Yeah, listen, I'm not disagreeing there, but with Chelsea, with the kind of players that they have there, he should be matching those sort of chances per game. They should be creating those for him.
It's something in his own head. It has to be confidence.
Listen, I don't.
Well, I
doubt
hope that
I don't
carries
doubt
on
that.
into tomorrow.
Oh yeah, oh,
You know
of course.
you know what's going to happen, don't you? When
he's
it
gonna
happens
score
all
hat-trick.
the time, you know, whenever there's a striker that's having a little bit of a barren run and the confidence is down and all the rest of it, up pops West Ham.
Break the duck.
The gift that keeps on giving. I remember we turned up at Stamford Bridge. We turned up at Stamford Bridge years ago, and Fernando Torres was on a bad run. And what happens? We turn up, and he scores.
We made him look special.
Let's bring her in. Katie, talk to me. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, we're not too bad. We're just sitting here talking a load of old nonsense.
Very
about the game
very
tomorrow,
focused on
about-
football tomorrow.
Not really, because Pete started talking about pickled turnips of all things.
I heard he
Yeah.
me out too,
They
saying
look
I
lovely.
didn't
I
want to
look
come
them up.
on.
They look class.
Yeah, I get that one then.
Yeah.
That's the
Have you
bulb,
ever
yeah?
tried pickled turnips?
Okay, just
He's
small,
off
just
having his
small.
own bloody conversation again. Him down here. Look at him.
Yeah. Peach is just rabbiting away. What are you up to, Peach? You in the shops now?
Yeah, that's why I'm covering because I forgot my mask. Straight up. I know. Smack me on the hand, dog. I'm a bad man. Still, what up, Katie? Big up, Katie. How do you mean? Big up, Katie. Yo, me and Katie are gonna write a rap together about West Ham, dog. Straight up.
Oh,
Yes,
I'll
we
look forward to
are.
that.
Yo.
Right after we win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
yes.
talk the truth. Talk the truth.
Talk to me
dog.
about tomorrow, Katie. How do you think we're lining up?
I'm ready to take it. I think, having Agbana back, I think we're ready to
Thank
go.
you very much, Squire. All right, mate. Cheers. Sorry.
Good. I think we're looking solid. I'm confident.
Have you seen the pictures of Declan Rice in training come out today?
I didn't know.
Yeah, no, he's back in training at Rush Green, and we've sort of batted it around. Do you risk an 80% fit Declan Rice if he's 80% fit? Would you risk him in this game?
Katie, before you answer that, ask Duke.
Duke, what do you think?
No, that's the cow.
Thank you.
That's the
Thank
coward's
you,
way
homegirl.
out.
No, it isn't. No,
I want to know. I want to know what Duke thinks because I would say yes.
Thank
I
you.
would say
Done
yes.
Then if you would say yes, that's fine.
My girl.
Yeah.
So would I.
I just said Katie all day long. I think Chelsea's too big a game to risk not trying. For me, I'm not being funny. I'd rather him sit out games against Burnley, West Brom, Southampton to a degree, and have him tomorrow. I think tomorrow is key in what our season suddenly becomes now. So if he's 80% fit and we have to bring him off after 16 minutes because he's actually knackered, drained, and everything else, then do it. Run that risk. At the end of the day, we've got to try and get something out of the game tomorrow.
Yeah,
I thought he was fit, so I didn't know, and yeah, I would definitely risk him because here's the thing, after if we don't win tomorrow, we don't have an opportunity to be in the top 4.
You think the opportunity's gone even if we draw?
No, I don't think it's gone, but I think it gives us less of a chance. Yo, Katie, hold on. I already did it to the man now. Hold on, you're getting serenaded for 10 seconds, dog. Watch this. You're getting serenaded for 10 seconds. Go on, my G. Go on.
Oh, we're back here, are we? Okay.
No, just a little serenade for Katie. How you mean?
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Yo, respect, my G. Respect. Done no. Yeah. That's for you.
There's
Doc.
something about a
I
female
would
American
like
voice
to
singing
know,
that song that's just better than
Yo,
thousands of
we
West
talked.
Ham fans singing it. I'm not going to lie to you.
We talked about pickle
Look who's
turnips.
turned
You ever
up.
had pickle turnips
You
before,
want you
Katie?
getting your steps in, Mr. Budden?
Oh, the man, the miss, the blood clot legend, DJ 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 Rusty B. How we rock in the place to be.
Oh,
It's DJ Rusty B. You see me? Go on, my son.
Right, you'll get a word in edgeways in a minute, Russ.
Yeah, you're right.
Never,
How you doing?
never, ever. How you mean? Pick up DJ
Oh,
Rusty B,
dear.
guys.
You right?
Yeah, great. How are you?
I'm all right. Well done. 300. Woo! Very
Yes. Last
Thank
time
you
you
for
were
your help,
talking
Mr. B.
306.
good. That's good.
Yeah,
Oh,
cheers for
brilliant.
that,
Well
buddy.
done. Well done. Very
Appreciate
good.
it.
Very good. Very good. Just in time for us beating the London Blues tomorrow. Fantastic.
Yes,
I think
indeed.
there's a lot of confidence here.
Oh, yeah.
Katie's coming. Katie thinks we're going to pick up 3 points tomorrow. Peachy's
Yeah.
probably going to say we're going to win 7-2.
Yeah. Very highly confident tomorrow. Highly confident.
I love it, Russ.
Do you
Yeah, I
think
love
would
it,
you
man.
risk Declan Rice even if he's 80% fit, Russ? You
No.
wouldn't.
No, it's if we lose tomorrow, if we lose tomorrow, and say Declan got another injury and he's out for the rest of the season, the fact is, I think we've got enough to do, Chelsea. I really do. And if it means
What up,
that
my man?
and it means if Declan, we've got
Alright.
Declan for the rest of the season fully fit, I'd rather sort of keep him for the Burnley game onwards. You know what I mean? Because those 5 games are all winnable if you've got the right team for the rest of the games of the season. So.
And you know what, Russ? Like, if you watch the Hammer Chat early on, Ray Winstone was on that, and he said the exact same scoreline that you predicted, my G.
Of course he
3-2.
did.
Right? Go on, my son. Yes.
Of course he did.
Yes.
We
He said
only
3-2,
play.
didn't he?
Yeah, we only play in 3-2. That's all we do. That's the only
Where did we
scoreline
find
we do. I know. Oh well. I just thought I'd come and say hello.
What time you got to be there for duty tomorrow? You're normally there 4 hours before,
Like
aren't you?
4 hours out.
I've got to be.
dog.
Yeah, I'm at
Four.
the desk. I'm at the desk 4 hours before. 9:30. So yeah, so it's usually 11 for 3 o'clock, isn't it? So I've got to be ready for 1:30. So I'll leave, but I might go a bit early, just in case.
Ooh.
Well,
Set your
it's, I mean,
alarm.
yeah, I might go a little bit earlier just to make sure I get into the ground, because you never know. You never know who's going to turn up, innit? That's the thing at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So with the Arsenal game and various others and people turning up, and
Oh, yeah, you saw that this season.
Hey,
Yeah,
Russ,
didn't look good, did it?
Russ,
innit?
what would be your starting 11, dog?
Well, again, it depends, isn't it? If Cresswell and Masuaku are both fit, that's
Yep,
great. They
yep.
both go straight in, and then you
Yep.
play a back 3 of Cresswell, Ogbonna, and Diop.
Yep.
And then you have Soufal on the right. Masuaku on the left. It all picks itself, I think. Although it's been claimed obviously Ben Rama could be starting. Yeah,
Mm.
I see
I
that.
hope so.
I see that. A bit.
And
Really have a go.
the three up front, who would they be?
Ben Rama, Bowen, and
Lingard.
and Jailing, so he'll
100,
be all right. And
100.
then Noble and Souček in the. It's quite. To be honest, it's a relatively simple team to pick. I think once once you know who's in and not, and obviously, Declan might be on the bench. Who knows? I'd put him on the bench if he's 80%. Put him on the bench and just in case, rather than having 2 goalkeepers. So he'll. But I think I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be as I said, there's 6 cup finals left, and this is the first one. And if you win tomorrow, it's really going to put pressure on Leicester, because obviously Leicester have to play on the Monday, and that's it. And obviously, hopefully Arsenal will do us a favour tonight rather, and then by the time we play Everton, they'll be out of. They won't give a shit, and then none of the teams around us will give a shit.
Yeah.
Although I do worry about West Brom. That's the only one I worry about. Because Big Sam, he'd love to do one over us.
He won't.
That's the only one I worry about.
Do you think they'll be down by the time that we cross swords?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If they're down,
that's what I'm saying. I don't care.
Sam would love to stop us getting top 4 no matter.
Of course he would. Of course he would.
Yeah, but they can't
Proper
do us
cup,
in dark. No way.
Proper cuppies here, and obviously Brighton as well. You know, we never play well against Brighton, so it's not a foregone conclusion. But you know, if we had to pick our 6, you know, the 5 or so teams we'd like to play, we'd have had Burnley, we've had Southampton, we would have had, you know, West Brom. You know, it's a dream end of the season for us for once, rather than you know, we tend to have quite a packed end of season. So, and you know, I still think Leicester are going to have one eye on the cup, and so you know they might drop points as well coming up. You know, clearly Chelsea might drop points. You know, coming through Champions League and the FA Cup as well. So, it's, you know, but it's nice, isn't it? It's nice not having to, you know, shit ourselves. We're not going to go down. You know, it's sort of where we're going to finish. We're going to finish 4th, 5th, or 6th.
I find this worse than a relegation battle.
Exactly.
Kaza. You there?
Kaza's there.
Yeah.
Katie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What you have to say to Russ? Oh my God! That's it.
Yeah. Smash that. Yeah, we smashed that today.
Brilliant. How was it?
Today.
How was it, my G?
Excellent as always. That's my Friday. That's what I do on a Friday. We have our family, but yeah.
I'm gonna have that with you one day, dog. Me and you are gonna have that.
Yeah, definitely. And then we'll go to Duke's for a pint.
Absolutely, man. Done now.
Come to mine for a pint, please.
I was hoping to see you last week, actually.
I was very disappointed, Russ.
Well, you never know. You never know when I might turn up. You know.
I love that. I love that.
Mrs.
Turn up
Buttons,
when you least expect it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like the Spanish Inquisition. Yeah.
Scarlet Pimpernel, dog. How do you mean? Scarlet Pimpernel things, dog. I love it.
Exactly. But no, it's all good. And yeah, we'll get that pint in. Has anyone heard from Andy? Has anyone heard if Andy's alive?
No,
he was on earlier.
He wasn't reckless. He wasn't reckless. He was like speaking with
we seen him at half 12. We seen him at half 12 and he was good enough. Imagine him now.
Yeah. He was speaking proper.
Half 12 with some stupid bloody St George's hat on at half 12. Yeah.
No, his legs are
He was enjoying himself, God love him.
Exactly. Right, I'm getting up to my front door, guys. But anyway, 3 points tomorrow. Well done, guys.
Yes, sir.
Getting 300.
Yes, Russ, thanks for all your help, mate.
Pleasure, man. Now to 500. Now to 500.
Let's get to 400 first.
No, straight to 500, Gatesy. Come on.
Ooh,
hashtag.
Big arm.
Keep plugging them. Russ,
exactly.
You have to keep plugging them now.
We'll keep plugging. We always plug.
Yo, big up yourself, DJ.
That's all right. We're gonna use Katie now with the connections in America. That's where we're gonna start developing.
Branch out.
We're gonna branch out over the other side of the water. This is it. Game on.
Yeah, branch out into there and it'll be all good. Right. Okay. See you later, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
One love.
Casey, we're gonna have to start getting up at stupid. We're gonna have to start getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning and making some appearances in America. That's what we're gonna have to do.
I get up stupid o'clock in the morning for all your shits, dog. How do you mean? I get stupid o'clock up in the morning for all your shits, dog. My sleeping pattern is so mashed up. Like, y'all don't even know, man. Y'all don't even know. Straight up, man. And it's for the love of y'all, and it's for the love of West Ham United. Straight up, man.
Katie?
Yeah, Wally said, Duke, we need to get hammer shots in your pub. I'll teach you how to make.
Talk to me. I am
perfect.
all over
this.
I'm interested.
I'll send you the secret ingredients.
Ooh.
See,
sounds good to me.
She knows something.
May the 17th, I reckon. What do you think, Duke? May the 17th.
Listen, May 17th, May 18th is going to be painful. If this is the case, May 18th is going to hurt my head.
Imagine if KDK and like Pete show up in like May 17th. Y'all lose your flipping wigs, dog. Straight up, man. I ain't even playing.
Yeah, without a doubt. I have no doubt.
What's your score prediction for tomorrow, Katie?
So I think last week I predicted 3-2 when I was with when I was on Justin's show. So I think that's where we're going to stand. I'm sticking with
I
it.
agree.
3-2
I agree.
West Ham.
Like 3-2
Do you
West
think
Ham
we're
against Chelsea.
going to go
that's
into a
insane.
3-0 lead and they're going to come back again, or do you think it's going to be a little bit more
No,
sort of like
No, I
swinging
think it's
one
going
way
to be a
than the other?
struggle the whole game.
Yeah, I hope so. That'll be better for us.
Peach, are you going to give us a 7-2 prediction again this week?
No, I'm gonna give like 1,000,000-0 prediction. Just joking.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna give us like 3-2. Like, yo, it's funny. Oh, fucking wind, man. Sorry, guys, but like,
That's all right.
I know, but stupid wind, dog. It's like it's warm out here too. Still, it's like 59 your ways, like straight up. It's like 15 our ways, 59 your ways. So it's all right. But yo, no, I heard Ray Winstone, the man, the myth, the legend. I heard him done say that it's going to be 3-2. I heard Russ done say that it's going to be 3-2. I predicted a 3-2 or a 3-1. I'm holding close to the 3-2 because that's how we beat them last season. I see them scoring goals, but I see us scoring more. Real things.
Peach, you
Fair
always
enough.
score. You won 7.
Come again?
You said 7 last game.
Yeah, and what was
Yeah.
that? 3-2 loss. What do I know? I know shit. That's why I ain't the manager. But it's like I just got my claret and blue glasses on all day, every day, girl. Straight up, man. Like I know
Yeah,
we're capable
they are
of it.
some claret and blue glasses. I'll tell you that.
No, word up. Like, no, but homegirl, I know we're capable of it. It's just like it needs to fall into place. And when it does fall into place, like Russie B is done said, like we're due like giving a team a drubbing, a dicking, whatever you want to call it. We are due that. Imagine if it happened against Chelsea, because you never think it would, but you never thought West Brom would beat them 5-2. So you never know, man. And this might be the one. I know there's going to be one. I don't know what one it is, but this might be the one.
He starts with absolute madness and then brings you back in with a tweak of logic, and it does my brain in every time.
I always got logic, dog, but I'm a bit like, woo-hoo, but like, yo, man, I honestly, I know we're capable of it. I love the way our squad is playing. A lot of people do, like Ray Winstone on Hammershot today. He's like, the players are up for it. They're enjoying playing football. Like, we need to keep a hold of Jay Lynch. We do. We need to sign. I heard we're in touch with this cat from Norwich, Aaron. I heard we're in touch with him.
We don't need a right back.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't need a right back, do we?
I know, but I know. That was my first thought. Exactly, my first thought. Like, why do we need a right back? But then I'm reading like, okay, Soufal used to play left back. So like, if we are able to put Soufal left back, we got Masuaku and Cresswell. That's 3. And then on the right back, we got Johnson. We got Fredericks, and then we got this Aaron cat. And apparently he's supposed to be the bomb by Z. So I was like, okay, bring him in. But and then I'm hearing rumors about Areola, beautiful name. But like I heard rumors about Areola, like coming in, perfect. So like we got Areola, we got Aaron, and then you get like somebody in the center of mid.
Justin's dancing.
Don't know.
That's
And
my
then
move.
don't know. But then we get there was somebody that said we need 3 strikers. We don't need 3 strikers. We only need 2, dog. And like,
Yeah, I
save
think
your
2
money.
is probably about all we're getting.
Hey, I'll take whatever we can get as long as they're
Lucky
put
to
in the
get
back
2.
of the net.
Word up, Katie. Word up, Katie. Word up.
Hello,
But yeah,
James.
that's it. That's
Hi,
all.
James.
I'm on TV. I'm on TV.
What? Yo,
Another member of the 300 Club today. Another member of the 300 Club.
I've got 2 minutes.
Yo, no, I ain't
Good luck,
stopping.
James. Good luck if you've only got 2 minutes, mate. Good luck.
I'm talking
Yeah,
over
but
all of y'all. I
I've
don't
got 2
business,
minutes and then
dog.
I've got to go.
Yo,
got to
that's
go,
why I'm
but-
talking over all of the man them. You get me? Straight up. So, yo, the cherry tree, the Dagenham cherry tree.
Yeah.
Go, James, quick.
Boom,
Quick,
boom,
while he's quiet.
boom.
I've got
done
2
know
minutes,
that.
mate.
I
I've got
muted.
120 seconds.
Carry
That's what
on.
I've got. I've got 120 seconds. Right. All I've got to
Go.
say is this, yeah. big game tomorrow. I think we're going to win. I believe we're going to win. I think we always turn up against Chelsea. I didn't fancy this last week against Newcastle because we don't win at Newcastle. And basically, Cresswell could be back. Masuaku definitely will be back. I think he's fit. And don't be surprised if Declan Rice is on the bench. That's what I'm going to say. From what I'm thinking.
I love that.
Hopefully so. But yeah, it's a big game. Have faith. We are massive. And Champions League, here we come. I've got to go because I've got to watch Mortal Kombat. And that's it. That's me out.
Fatality. Fatality.
Probably as bad as it was last night. Sorry.
Score prediction before you go.
2-1, mate. 2-1. I think it's going to be a replica of the Tottenham game. I think we score first, yeah, then we score another one, and then they will score, and then we'll be holding on at the end. And hopefully we hold on and get it done. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, James. Appreciate it, mate.
Take care. All the best. See you soon.
See you soon,
Bye.
James.
You're on the show tomorrow.
Love you,
Oh, he's gone.
That man is such a G, man.
Yeah, he probably is doing a view from the sidelines.
Match day mornings when it on a Saturday
Yeah,
morning,
at match day mornings.
Yeah. Cool. Cahill, talk to me. Score prediction.
3-2.
Just
can't really.
Rounds. Mind you, we've
I've been saying 3-2 on as anyone who's asked me, I've said 3-2. Like I just can see it happening.
Yep.
That's literally it. It's been happening.
Again, do you think
for a good while.
Do you think it's going to be the usual pattern where we race into a lead and they come flying back at us?
Not against Chelsea.
No.
No, it's going to be constant sort of up and down between both. I don't think it's going to be a 3-0 lead or any lead really, unless it's just by one.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And you, Duke?
I'm inclined to agree with James. I think 2-1 is a fair scoreline. That I hear 3-2, and I just don't see a scoring 3 against Chelsea. I think James is right. I think we could go out and we could hit them early. We could, I said to you earlier, the latter part of the games will work in our favour, but I really do think we can go out. That early goal is crucial. Either way, the early goal is crucial. What we don't want to be doing is spending the game, trying to come from 1-0 down and
no bloody goals,
playing behind. Which is no bloody post. We don't want to be trying to play from behind because I'm telling you now, they will pick us off at every opportunity they get. We've got to get out there and get in front. And then when they start to come forward, when they come at us, is when we can start to pick holes in them. Bowen and Lingard have pace, Masuaku and Frederick have pace in abundance. So if they can, if we can get 1-0 up, listen, I won't say long ball, but I'll go with direct pass forward for the 2 wing backs with a pace to get in behind their counterparts, or maybe even just keep them back on the back foot so they can't come at us because they're dangerous going forward. I'm not being funny here. The 2 players that they signed in the summer, in Havertz and Werner, are very, very good players. And the problem is, they've not shown it. It only takes them 1 game to unlock that door and get through. And Havertz has absolutely everything in his locker to become a top Premier League player, everything in his locker. And honest to God, I just hope he doesn't find that key tomorrow and unlock that door, because otherwise we will, and no disrespect to the players we've got, if he finds that key and unlocks that door tomorrow, we will be in trouble. So I'm kind of hoping that we get off on the good start, we get that first goal, and then we pick them off as they come at us, because if we don't, and it's the other way round, they will do exactly the same to us. The space that we will leave open for the likes of Werner to run into, for the likes of their wing backs to run into, for the likes of Havertz to be picking passes, Pulisic, Ziyech, they've got so many good players, so many good passes of the ball, that if we're not careful, they will just absolutely open us up. So we need that first goal.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I think the first goal is crucial. I think if we get it, game on. I think we're quite capable. But again, it all boils down to who's available. Is Declan Rice available? Is Masuaku available? Is Cresswell available? as I say, I think that Cresswell and Masuaku are almost certainly going to be there. Declan Rice, I have a faint glimmer of hope over, but I'm kind of expecting him to not be involved, or at best probably to be on the bench. And I'm thinking 2-1. But I'm thinking that that's probably my heart speaking. My head's probably thinking 1-1. And if it's 1-1, do you know what? I don't think that that's the worst result in the world, because looking at their fixtures, looking at our fixtures, I think our fixtures are more straightforward than theirs are. And don't forget, they're involved in the Champions League. They're also in an FA Cup final. So they've got a lot of things that they're batting for. And I think that could be a distraction that could, over the course of the remainder of the season, play into our hands, even if it doesn't go our way tomorrow. So I'm like I say, my head's saying 1-1, my heart's saying 2-1 to West Ham. But as I say, it's that first goal that's crucial. If Chelsea score first, that's when I'm going to start to be a little bit more concerned. But we'll see how it plays out. So
it's all about here tomorrow. If we
Word up.
But like Deuce said, like when we get out there, as long as we can get the first goal and stay positive in our mindset, we'll be okay. Or like last week when we were down, we came back, we were strong. We can't get down and we can't play their game.
Yep. No, I think that's a fair assessment, Katie. I can't disagree with you there one bit. Okay, right. Before we wrap it up, guys, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do my usual shout out to this young lady. For anyone watching live or later on, this is our shout out from Forge, not just from Forge from Iron. I've got to say, this is from the entire West Ham YouTube communities behind this campaign for young Isla Caton. She's a 6-year-old girl battling against neuroblastoma. This is a really rare and aggressive form of cancer. Ain't no treatment for this in this country, ladies and gentlemen. So this family have got to take her wherever it is in the world that they can get the treatment for this little girl to save her life. And it literally is, that stark, the battle that they're facing. Right there, you've got a PayPal and a Just Giving page looking at you, and we would all implore you, if there's any spare funds that you can put into the tin, and I appreciate this has been a tough year for us all, but if there's anything you can put into this tin for this family, for the treatment, the flights, the treatment, the living costs, the accommodation, the bills in the UK, all of that they've got to pay for, this is where we'd like you to put it. And whether you can or whether you can't donate, please could you take this text, take this message and share it. Put it on your social media platforms, put it on your WhatsApp, send it to your friends, send it to your family, send it to your work colleagues, send it to the bloke down the road who borrowed your lawnmower 5 years ago and has never given it back. Anyone, doesn't matter. Just, the lady at the bottom of the road with about half a dozen cats that you think's a bit odd. Send
Never
it to
let
her
a man
as well.
near your lawnmower.
Yep, absolutely. Anyone?
Hey, yo,
and everyone just send it.
Gatesy.
Yes.
Could Barney give his score prediction?
Is he with you?
Of course.
Okay. Can I just finish this, please, Peach?
I'm sorry. My apologies. Go on.
Okay. So this is where we want you to put it, guys. And like I say, spread it far and wide. Because, like I say, guys, simply, this is a race against time. This is literally a matter of life and death for this little girl. And we need to try and make sure that she comes out on the right side of this battle. And I thank you very much indeed for your attention. Peach.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrupt that because I will, but I just want to show you, man. I did not mean to interrupt that because that's so special. It really is. And all my love to her and their family, and all my love to you guys as well. You got 300 subscribers. You guys are putting in $300. That's magic.
I've just had, before you carry on there, Pete.
Yeah.
I've just had Words and Pictures just ask me a question. He's just put there if I can put the link in the chat. I assume, Words and Pictures, that you're talking about the PayPal Just Giving, are you? I believe. If you are, no, that's not right. Hang on a minute. Bear with me. Peach, you carry on talking. I'm just going to sort out this link for words and pictures in the chat.
All right, so Duke, you get along with my dad like lost long cousins. So have a word, find out his prediction, ask him what you want. There you go. There he is.
Here's Barney.
Barney!
How are you, mate?
Doing? Not bad.
How you doing, big man? You good?
Ah?
How are you? You good?
Yep.
So Chelsea tomorrow. What do you reckon on the score?
He's gotta sort this out. I figure we could win 3-1 against Chelsea. Chelsea, I didn't think they were that good.
Nice. You're a braver man than me.
Well, I don't pretend like the guy that took over Tuchel, is it for Chelsea? Took over from Lampard. He's got Lampard's team basically. They're a good team, but I don't know how he knows how to use them. I mean, he doesn't use Conte too much, and I think Conte is one of the best halfbacks in the league. You know, and he puts in the Italian, and great. You know, for me, put in the Italian, leave Conte out on Saturday, and we'll win 3-1. I mean
I like that.
Conte does a lot of work. He's a two-man player. You can't run as much as him. You couldn't cover as much as him. Nobody on that team can cover as much as him. And he's brilliant off the ball. And when you've got a player of his quality playing off the ball, you've got a player, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he's a very. I agree with you there, Barney. He's a fantastic player, and you know, Chelsea. For me, Chelsea are worse off without him.
Yeah, that's right. I wish we had him. But
listen, if we qualify for Champions League and they have points deducted, maybe he will.
Yeah,
you never know.
I don't. He might. I mean, if he leaves him out enough, he might go on the transfer board. I don't know, but they're like without him, they don't play that good. I don't think anyway. You know, they're like Tottenham. No. Tottenham's a one-man team. They're going to be done in now without Kane. You know. So.
Yeah, I agree with you there, buddy. Obviously, he's out for some time now, isn't he? Without ankle.
I mean, he's got that's ligament problems. When you got ligament problems, you got problems. You know.
There was talk on the radio I heard this morning that they were sort of like that Tottenham have said that they're taking it, quotes, hour by hour. I don't think there's any chance he's going to make the cup final, or I'm not too sure if we're going to see him what remains of this season.
They have to take it hour by hour. They need him on the team. You know? I mean, they've got some nice players there, but they don't click. They don't click like we click. When we click good. I think we have a good team. Like we have great players too. I mean, Kofu, Souček, and Rice and that, you know, and Jesse. I think now we've got a team that's clicking. If Antonio was around, we'd be laughing, honestly. And I think he should play Barama a bit more too. I think he's a good player. And you know,
I've got a funny feeling he might start tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he's going to start.
The problem with Lanzini, it's like Loftus-Cheek. They both done their Achilles tendon. Once you've done your Achilles tendon, you're done. You're finished. You never take chances. You never push off on that. It's a terrible, terrible injury, and I feel sorry for both of them because they're great players.
Yeah, no.
Barney, can I ask you a question?
Fair assessment, Barney.
Yeah.
Why do you talk sense and Peach doesn't? What's this all about?
Yeah, you get that now. You get that. I don't know. It might be the age. I've been watching West Ham. When I watched West Ham, they were in the second division all the time, you know. Ooh, and then I come over here. I didn't see Trevor. I never saw Trevor Brooking play. Never. Because
Really?
he played in the he played in the 80s and 90s, did he? Or mid 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
I didn't see him. I'd love to have seen him because I heard he was a brilliant player, but I never did see him. My players are Moore, Jeff Hurst, and Martin Peters. They're the guys I looked upon.
I mean, they're not bad players to have watched, Barney, are they? Let's not mess around. If
What's
you were to pick an era to watch, I said they're not bad players to watch. If you were to pick an era, I think if any of us were to pick an era, we would have loved to have watched, you know, that team that won the FA Cup, the Cup Winners' Cup, and then, you know, the World Cup in '66. You know.
Well, I did. I mean, I'm from Dagenham. There's a lot of guys from Dagenham. I knew, you know, Adams is from Dagenham. What's his name? The goal scorer for Tottenham, the big one, went to Italy.
Jimmy Greaves.
Jimmy Greaves. I mean, he lives in Barking or Green Lanes in Ilford. You know, there's a load of players, and I absolutely knew Venables. I played against Venables in schoolboy. So, yeah. So
was it you that put the England striker in goal, Barney? Was that you?
Yeah.
Is that what Peter was telling us?
I was over the park.
I
was over the park, and Venables come over there with some players from Chelsea. There was Hutchinson and somebody else, and this guy Charlie Livesey. And I said, well, I'll have you, Venables, blah blah blah, Hutchinson, and you can go in goal. And Venables said to me, you just put the fucking England striker in goal, because he played Charlie Livesey played a couple of games for England at centre forward.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. I got introduced many years ago to a guy called Ken Sciletto. Do you remember him?
That name rings a bell.
He was captain of Chelsea, the Chelsea Babes. And in his day, I used to go to work with him and Venables. We'd be on the train together because I worked at the Temple, and they worked at obviously at whatever the stadium is. Anyway, and I got introduced to this Ken Sciletto, and one day he's fine. Next day he broke his leg, and then he come back about 6 months later and broke another leg, or broke the same leg, and he was finished, even for England. They touted him to be the next England captain. Ken Sciletto, he was a brilliant player, brilliant left back. So there's the history there. There's some history. I grew up with a lot of them.
Yeah, we'll have to get you on and sort of like talk about some of your memories going way back, because we're obviously doing the season review, aren't we, Duke? But we started in 85, 86, which is...
Yeah, but that team that was playing the other week when Jesse scored 2 goals and they played, that was the best. I think that was the best West Ham team I've seen since the Moore days. I think we've got. I think we've got a
big statement there.
I think we've got a great team. I think Mr. Moyes has got to change him more often, and change people when they're tired. I mean, we played with 10 men last week, and we should have changed at least 2 players to give fresh legs up. You know, like when you're out there playing, it's hard with 10 men because you're doing double running. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, when you lose a man, that's big time. That's big time. But
it's a lot
anyway,
of hard work.
that team I saw play the other week when Jesse, I think it was one of Jesse's first games or second games. I thought we played as a team. I haven't seen a team like that since the Moore days.
That might have been the Villa game, perhaps, where he scored 2. Was it, Barney?
And,
do you think? Do you think that was you're referring to the Villa game where Lingard scored 2 goals?
Yeah. It might have been the Villa game. But I talk about players. I talk about Moore. I talk about. I think the best player West Ham ever had was Martin Peters.
Okay.
I know he's with Moore and what was his name? The other one?
Hurst, Greaves.
Yeah, Jeff Hurst. Greenwood had a great team then. The manager. But you know, he was a silent, brilliant player. You know, Martin Peters, a very, very good player. And to be England, even West Ham and England, to be without him would have been something. So because he made them.
JC,
he was the glue boy.
We're going to have to do a show where we get this man on just to talk about his memories. You realise this, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a good couple of hours of a show where we get Barney on to talk about his memories.
We're doing it. We're doing
Tell
it.
you what,
We're
tell you
doing
what,
it.
why don't you read my book instead?
Oh, there's the plug. Look, there's the plug. I love it. Go on,
Anyway,
then. Tell us. What's the book called, Barnes? Come on.
What's that?
What's the book called?
No, I'm joking.
Tell everyone that's watching. Come on.
I'm joking.
Hey, tell him.
I don't think Duke is, Barney. I really don't.
No, I'm joking about that. But no, I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, sure. You know.
Sounds like a plan, Cal. You heard here.
We'll sort out a day.
Oh, I
Daddy
think-
Peach is coming on a Forge from Iron to reminisce about his memories of the 60s.
I mean, you know, I could tell a story about the Allen family. I grew up with the Allen family. In fact, the matriarch of the Allen family, I used to sit next to her in primary school. And Les Allen used to be, before he left Forge, then he went to Tottenham. He played for Forge and Bridges. And Dennis Allen I played with Dennis a lot, but he died. He went to Reading and then he died, didn't he? I don't know what he died of. But he was
Martin's dad. That was Martin Allen's dad, wasn't it? Dennis Allen. I'm sure that's Martin Allen's father.
Martin's dad is Les Allen.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Dennis.
I knew Les Allen and I knew Dennis Allen. But then I moved here and I didn't know the rest of the boys. You know, the two boys. One went to Southend, and you know, there's two others. I never really knew Clyde. I really didn't see Clyde play because I was here. We didn't have the television we have now. We get a game here now every day. I mean, I can go on the TV now and I can stream anything all over the world.
Yeah,
you know,
different era. I suppose you probably were lucky if you saw anything at all.
Pardon?
I say, I bet you were lucky if you saw any of the matches at all when you first went out there.
We didn't. I mean, I used to listen to the FA Cup on the radio for at least 10 years.
To be fair, though, you didn't miss too much. Let's not lie.
Huh?
You didn't miss too much.
Well, he did in 75 and 80.
Yeah, but I mean, that was so long ago now, Gacy. Come on, son. We'll do another one.
Anyway, I'm having trouble feeding in here with this thing, so I'll let you guys go. Enjoy your chat. And,
thanks for your time, Barney.
Yeah, you take care, guys. You take care.
All right.
Cheers, buddy. Take care.
Yo, you see that, dog? That brought tears to my eyes, dog. I ain't even fucking with y'all. That brought tears to my eyes, dog. I need tissues now, dog. Yo, how do you mean, man?
We're getting him on one day, and he can talk to us about his memories back in the day.
I'd like to say props to Cal and Katie. They just sat there in silence, very, very patiently for the last God knows how long. To be fair.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. But yo, that was just.
It's worth listening to, though. There's not. It's always worth listening. It's great to hear that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of
Peter, I've got someone that wants to talk to you before he goes to bed. Hang on a second.
No! It's not Hulk Hogan. It's not a Shogun. It's the man named Logan. Logan in a place to be. How you mean? Big up, my G. Big up. How you mean? Every day, all day, dog. I got you.
I love it.
How you doing, man? You good?
Who've we got? Is this Anton or is it Stell? Hang on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Right. There you go.
Fucking hell, I'm like all misty eyed, like I just watched like Bambi or some shit, dog. Like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't soft, man. I ain't soft. But that made me all like misty eyed, like I just watched Bambi, dog. So,
I don't know what's happened there. He's sending some sort of synthesizer.
For a minute, I thought that was me, and I thought, "Oh, don't do this." Peach. And then I realised it's him.
Peach is frozen. He's gone. He's frozen.
We've got West Ham United in the chat. I don't know if it's Anton or Stel, but I've put the link out there if they want to jump on and join us. They're more than welcome.
Oh, Fo!
Why not? Fo's here. Yeah, Fo's turned up. You're late. Where have you been? I think we've just worked out what's happened to Peach.
Barney doesn't want him stealing his thunder.
That's it. He's like, there's only one star of the show here around here, mate, and it ain't you.
Father and son chat. I'm talking to his dad, and he's talking to my son. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, Barney, as far as I'm concerned, he's top man. He's top man, I tell you. So
I'll tell you what, he's going to have stories days, isn't he?
Hang on, he's back. Hang on. You with us, Pete?
It sounds like. I need to go outside.
This is Pat Peach's new rap single.
Oh my!
This is not much better.
Oh, fuck.
Are you in a nuclear fallout shed? Where are you?
No,
this isn't really working much better. No.
Canada's 50p internet. That's what it is.
I know. Well, it's much better, sort of like north of the border. I mean, Katie's been here the whole time, and she hasn't had any problems at all.
Yeah, no, not today.
Your North American cousins, they need to sort their internet out and get it like you guys.
Yeah. I don't know why. His is tripping up.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
Shirt though, Gatesy. I just rearranged. I did some spring cleaning, and I have a ball that I think I'm gonna get that as that banner.
What, all the different badges that we've had all the years?
Yeah.
You start here,
I like that one a lot.
1895, and it goes all the way through to when they changed the badge in 2016 and everything in between. So
Katie remembers all them.
Oi.
You know what? I actually think he was there helping design the first one.
Oh, he designed the first one.
He did,
Today, I didn't get the stats. We didn't get the stats.
Oh, I'm sorry. The stats. We started talking about pickled turbot.
The last time the stats came out, it was not good for anyone.
Yeah, I know, but
I was having heart palpitations when he reads out stats. This boy, he never gives us polite stats or nice stats. It's always he comes out with a shit.
Well, I'll give you one. I don't think in the last 6 games we've drawn against Chelsea, so that's good.
We've won 3 of our last 5 home league games against Chelsea. There you go.
There you go.
Thank you. See, that's what I want to hear. Positivity.
You like that?
Yeah.
Do you want another one? Do you want another one?
Lovely.
We are unbeaten in our last 5 home Premier League London derbies.
Go on, see?
Do you like that?
Coming, Gatesy. You're
we need to put it out in the universe.
Yeah, but the rest of them are sort of like.
All right, don't bother. Sharp.
You know, the rest of them are a bit more sort of meh. You know. Oh, here's one though. Both teams have scored at least twice in each of the last 4 Premier League games. There you go. That's relatively. The only thing is we've not kept a clean sheet for a while, so you know. It is what it is.
What did I just say? What did I just say about keeping it, positive? And now you've just gone and.
But you know this.
You can't be trusted and left alone with your own devices, can you?
Yeah.
If we're talking about stats based on West Ham, you're not going to get the most positive ones.
No, this isn't the current.
We're not living in an alternate universe.
That's old. No, this is the old
Well,
one.
actually, there's one of them in America as well.
Look at the trouble you lot have started. See that?
I took one of those
Gatesy,
bags out to the
it wasn't a very original badge design. You could have done a lot more.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks so much. Oh, where's he gone? He was in the green room and now he's dropped off again.
Oh, Peach, what do you expect?
Peach.
It's chaos personified, honestly. Absolute chaos. And I love it.
Hang on.
That hat that Katie has on, there's one of those in Rhode Island as well, because I took one out to my cousin. Oh, bloody hell. 1998, when I went out for my cousin's wedding, I actually took a hat very similar to that out to her in Rhode
really?
Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
waited a long time to get this one.
So see, that's the proper badge. I love that badge.
You see this comment from Luke? He's giving me a little bit of grief here.
You were the one pouring the hot oil. You were pouring the hot oil over the rampart.
I'm 45, for God's sake. Give me a break. I'm not in the 80s.
Can we explain to Katie quickly what an original castle is? Because they only have plastic ones in Disney World over there. They don't know what real castles are like. They're not sure.
All right, I hear ya.
I'm not wrong. They have forts.
No need for
They have
that.
forts. They don't have castles.
Well, you look up the main line here in Philadelphia, you'll see some castles.
There you go. There you go. Right, I'm going to end it there, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks to you all.
Only 2 hours,
been
so
in the chat.
a nice short one.
This is a short one.
Another one on Tuesday night, Cal, yeah?
We've talked about pickled turnips. We've talked about pickled gherkins, pickled onions. Pickled goat even came up. Pickled goat.
See, Katie knows. She's shaking her head. She knows. We're on the same page here, me and Katie.
Pickled green beans is about it.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I've never tried pickled goat. Pickled goat.
In a Bloody Mary.
Goat. Oh,
just have a pint. Just drink a pint.
Yeah, why are you putting pickled green beans in a drink for crying out loud?
Yeah, that's
a little snack on the side.
All you need is some bacon fries and a few pints.
Yeah.
Right, I'm in.
Good man, Cal.
Right,
I'm
going to hit end. I'm going to hit end broadcast, guys. Thanks for joining us.
All
Stay
right,
safe.
see you tomorrow,
On
Wally.
tomorrow. Come on, you irons.
Irons.
Do it.